I touched on this topic briefly in the last video, but I want to dive into it more right now, which is designing your enrichments, like thinking through how we're going to actually surface the information. So once you've mapped your ICP, you define all the properties, and you map the HubSpot properties. You want to think about how are we actually going to go about servicing this information. In my introduction to Clay videos, I spoke about thinking through using a native Clay integration with credits, using AI web scraping, native to Clay, like with Claygent. Maybe you want to use a custom API or a more powerful scraping tool like Apify. You want to think through the best way to solve the problem, and you want to consider things like the level of accuracy or importance this property is to you, right? Like how important is it that you have this information often and accurately, right? And the other factor is cost. How much is it going to cost you? So you want to always balance that. So for example, we have a column in our sheet called enrichment design, and for the company type property that I was telling you about, business type that I was telling you before. So we have I'll just show you this scope right here. We need to do more than just a standard equation company summary, AI prompt to segment the company type, right? Meaning we need to do more than just a Clayton summary and then an AI prompt to like summarize everything. We should run this basic flow, but give the final segmentation prompt more inputs. Here are some examples that come to mind. 1, scrape company site to summarize who they sell to. Like, are they other businesses or directly to consumers? Summarize the services they offer specifically, right? B2B products or services often focus on improving efficiency, productivity, or profitability for businesses. Examples include CRM software, manufacturing equipment, or marketing services. And B2C products or services are, and B2C products or services are typically intended for personal use, convenience, or entertainment, such as clothing, household items, or entertainment streaming. So, instead of just doing a basic enrichment flow here, because this property is so important to them, we want to use multiple inputs. And that's something that you can do to make your AI outputs more accurate, right? A basic company summary would be great, but you can also do things like have AI first think about who they sell to, like what kind of customers, what kind of products, right? And summarize what they do, and pass both of those inputs into a final prompt to then think through if they're B2B or B2C for added confidence. Not every single property needs to have such a thoughtful like roadmap or design before you build it, but most of them should, especially important ones. And once again, the more effort you put into ahead of time, the better, because then you'll have a really clear and straightforward path to, you know what you're building once you get into Clay, right? Versus if you have no idea what you're building when you open up a Clay table, it's much harder to build it because you're just like you can get lost in the sauce, so to speak. With this, you have a specific property output, you have a specific plan to build it, boom, then you can go and execute. And this is especially good if you're working with a team and you want to hand off properties or enrichments to your team. This is really, really important.